and welcome to the last part of getting clarity on what you really want. So hopefully you've managed to do all of the activities we've done so far, and this bit's the really fun practical thing, and it's all about creating a vision. Because after looking at the greater purpose, the big why behind your goals, it's really about taking some time to really see and feel yourself actually living your dream and achieving those goals. And this is what this is about. And it's about creating that vision and starting that process. So in activity 5 in your workbook, you'll see, and what I want you to do is to write a description about what your life will look like and what your life will feel like, because now you understand the importance of feelings, when you actually achieve the goals that you've written down. And I want you to spend about 5 to 10 minutes just free writing all the details of what that ideal life would look like. You could write it like it's a diary entry. You could just brainstorm all of the things that come up for you. You could write it like a letter to your, you could be your future self in a year's time, writing a letter to yourself now, telling yourself now what life is like in a year's time. So how you do it's completely up to you. But what's important is that you just write everything that comes out. And then once you've done that, just write a summary paragraph, which is your vision statement of what you want to achieve in this year. And make sure that you talk about how it feels. So it has to be in the present tense. It has to be personal. So you're going to say I, me. You don't ever say it's not, or you don't, or anything like that. It's always in the positive. It's all about things that are happening rather than not happening. And be passionate about it, be excited about it, put emotion behind it as well. Because then this helps set an intention that your mind wants to fulfill. It will assume that it's already happening. So it will go out of its way to make it happen. So I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you're looking for something, you're thinking about a car, and all of a sudden you keep seeing the car that you've been thinking about, or you have an idea that you want a puppy, and then all of a sudden you keep seeing things about puppies. And this is before the algorithms on Facebook. I know 20 years ago, my husband and I decided we wanted to emigrate to New Zealand, and we'd started to put that was a goal, and we'd started to put that into practice, and we'd been working out what do we need to do and what are the steps. And my affirmations, I was praying, I was dreaming, I was reading books and imagining myself in New Zealand, even though I've never been to New Zealand before in my life. And then all of a sudden, I started seeing pictures about New Zealand. I started getting calendars. People sent me calendars. They didn't know I was wanting to go to New Zealand. It was really random. Or I'd start just anything to do with New Zealand kept popping up, or I'd meet people who came from New Zealand, having never met anyone from New Zealand in the, prior to that. So it's really funny how you start to be aware of things, and the path, if you're really following your soul's purpose, the path kind of starts to fall in front of you, if you know what I mean. That's kind of the whole serendipity and destiny, which I do believe in. But this is all part of when your mind thinks it's happening, your mind starts seeing things to prove that it's happening. And affirmations are the same thing. Your mind doesn't know the difference between something that's real or something that isn't. If you keep saying it and believing it, your mind will assume that it's correct. It's a bit like why we get stressed when nothing's actually happened. Our body physiologically believes there's something to be stressed about, even though the actual thing we're stressed about hasn't happened. Our body does the same thing. If we truly believe something's happening, then our body will behave and our mind will behave in a way that says it's happened already. We're working towards it. So activity 5 is really just about writing that all down. Activity 6 is really fun. And this is about a vision board. Now, you might not want to do a vision board, but I'll tell you something, there is something really exciting, really magic and really fun about a vision board. It's something tangible. It's a tangible representation of your dreams and goals. And as I said, our mind responds to visual stimulation. It stimulates our emotions, which basically helps us to manifest our dreams into reality. So they activate the powers of our subconscious mind. We start, as I said, we start to notice things like I talked about, which is part of your brain called the reticular activating system. So you start to notice things that are linked to the part of your brain that's kind of on the lookout. It's something that you're already thinking about. And it attracts people and resources and opportunities to you. And I promise you, this works. It's just amazing. It's like magic. So there's different ways of doing it. You can do it on cards, you can do it in an art book, you can do it on a big piece of board. So these are the couple of ones that I've done in the past that are on a board. So this is a really thin board that I got, and I got these from the warehouse, really cheap. And that was one of my first vision boards that I did a couple of years ago. This was one that I did at the end of last year. So I usually do mine sort of Christmas, New Year, when I look at what I want to achieve over the coming 12 months. So this is just kind of the process that I'm teaching you now. I will do around December, January time, and so that I'm ready to go. And so this was one that I did for this year. It's a mix of quotes. Well, I'll just explain what you put on here. This is a book. So this is an example. I have a book like this, an art book that I got, and this was one a vision board that I did about 3-4 years ago, and this was all to do with my cabin and office, which is what I work at from this building here. And I had pictures. I think I've actually added some stuff in there because I had originally had pictures of a wooden building that I wanted, and I've got a wooden building, and sometimes what you might put on your vision board isn't exactly what ends up manifesting. So it's really about the feeling. You want to really get some emotion when you look at those pictures, because now I look at the building that my lovely husband built for me, I feel the same as I did with the pictures, and what I've actually got is better than the pictures. And I tried to get a sense of what I wanted from the inside. So even though the inside isn't exactly what's here, it's the same sense. It was white wood and herbs and plants and books. And so when I look at this, I kind of feel like, yeah, this is kind of what I've ended up. So it's about the feeling that you want to get when you look at a picture. When you actually have that thing, you get that same kind of feeling. And I had quotes, or maybe I'll have a description of how I want it to feel, or maybe I've got words that are really important to me. So, you know, I've got family, I've got learning, I've got flowers, growth, well-being, making a difference. They're my values. So I put my values. So I'll reevaluate my values for the year, and my values will go on my vision board. I've got pictures of people that I look at and think, I want to look like them, or in a way that they look happy and strong, and I want to feel like that. Or I might have pictures of food, and I'm thinking that's the kind of food that I want to eat. So when I look at that food, I just think, wow, that looks so healthy. I know if I ate that food, I'm going to just be bouncing off the walls with energy. I'm looking at people doing exercise. I mean, there's a picture down here that I love, and I have in my book, I have everywhere, that says working out doesn't have to be a chore, have fun with it, because I hate exercise. So by looking at women that are fit and strong, I'm not interested in you know, beautiful women. I look at her and I see muscles and I feel strength, and she looks like she's having fun, and that's the feeling I want. I want to feel like exercise is fun. I'm still working on that. So have some fun with it. So get a card, get some board, get a book, and then you've got different things. You can either pull out pictures in magazines. I'm a bit addicted to Pinterest, so I tend to have a play on Pinterest and then download pictures on Pinterest. You can get a Canva as well. I've done something where I've had Word document, and I've just cut and pasted pictures and put them in a Word document, and then saved that and have had it as a screensaver. But you can use Canva. Canva's free, unless you want the pro professional version, but you can just get Canva free, and it's brilliant. And you can make a Word document with lots and lots of different photographs, and you can add other pictures in, you can add your words in, you can add a quote in, you can just go nuts and have lots of fun with that, and then download that as a PDF and put that up on the wall, or as a PNG or a JPEG, and then have that as a screenshot too. So you want pictures that really represent the goals, the experiences, the feelings, maybe the positions, maybe your environment or your lifestyle. So it kind of represents what it is you want, even if it's not exact. So that they visually represent the quality, the value, or the feeling that you're really trying to get into your life. So you're kind of making a collage. And then what you can do is, it could be really random. You can split it into 4 and have each kind of corner of your board could be representing one of your 4 yearly goals or whatever. So you could have, or you can have a vision board that just represents one goal. It's completely up to you. So find symbols or affirmations, words, quotes that will inspire you and motivate you and represent how you want to feel. You know, put a picture of yourself right in the middle so that you know that this is about you. This represents your life. Make sure it's clear, make sure it's uncluttered. It has to be inspiring to look at. So if it looks shit, then you're not going to feel excited when you look at it. So it has to look pretty, and it has to make you look at it and you just think, oh yes, that's going to be me in a year's time. I'm getting there, or I'm already there. So keep it near you, put it where you can see it every single day, and be consistent. That's one of the reasons why Screensaver is so cool. And you have to look at it every day, at least once or twice, if not more. And then when you look at it, feel the feelings that you get when you look at it. Visualize yourself doing that, eating that, living that, whatever your goal is. Make affirmations to say, yeah, I am doing this. I am eating food that makes me feel fantastic. I'm full of energy. I am writing a book. I am whatever it is that you're doing. Say your I am statements, your affirmations, and then really believe that what you see is actually happening already. So look at it first thing in the morning and before you go to bed as well. So you're dreaming about it when you go to bed, and when you wake up in the morning, you're just pumped full of energy and inspiration, ready to start making your goals come true. And as I said, try and create one every spring, or for me, I do it around Christmas time, so that I'm looking, this is all ready to go. So come January, I know what my goals are for the year, and I've got my vision board, and I'm already pumped and ready to start making those goals come true. So in the end of your workbook, there's a little worksheet or a little checklist that you can go through to say that you've done all of these things. And so you're ready. All the foundations are now in place. So you've done part one, you know what your goals are, you know what you want from life, you know what you want from this year. And then we're ready for part two, which is really about growing confidence so that you know that you can achieve your goals, and busting all of the bollocks and bullshit stories that you've been telling yourself that stopped you from achieving in the past. And there's lots of them, and we're going to get rid of them so you can have the life that excites you and the life of your dreams. So have fun with this. Please share pictures of your vision boards in the Facebook group, and I'll see you for part two. Take care, and I will speak to you soon.